All right. What's poppin', Tub Nation? Welcome back to Tub Takes. This is a video podcast where we go over what's been making waves in the VGC scene. Today, I am joined by my co-host Adi, right above me here.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Tub Takes. I don't know if we've ever had a higher average finish at an event on Tub Takes than this one.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. You're saying like we just don't normally agree with each other. Like we were very close. Yeah.
Yeah. No, all four of us did really well at Los Angeles Regionals, and we also got, or the two of us did pretty well, and then we also got the winner and runner-up at Los Angeles Regionals, which is super hype.
I thought you just meant us. I see. You're comparing us to the guests as well. I get it. Because ours, we were like 5 points, 5 spots apart. Anyways, also joining us we have above Adi, Aaron Trailer, the runner-up at Los Angeles. How you doing, Aaron?
Hey, I'm doing great. Thanks for having me. I look
Super.
so worried in this picture.
Wait, what? Oh, yeah, I know. I liked it. You look so concerned.
It's like,
Uh,
what happened?
I do like mouse through a little bit to try to find one that like if you guys are both looking like real cheery, I'll grab that one. But I'm not going to see much expressions behind Emilio's mask, of course. And then you were really thinking. You were really thinking. So
I had to, dude.
yeah, I get it. I get it. And then off camera, we do have Emilio here with us as well. Emilio, how you doing?
Yeah, what's good, everybody?
Congrats. And of course, I didn't mention as well, but I think everybody knows that, you are now a four-time regional champion with the win this weekend in LA. I think they already asked that in your interview as well, but four-time regional champion, there's like so few that have even managed to get that far. So I imagine that feels pretty awesome, right?
Yeah, it's cool. I think it's like Gavin, well, excluding like Wolf and Paul, it's like Gavin, Riley,
Right.
and I don't know who else actually. I think it's just those two. I might be wrong.
Yeah, I can't remember how
James
many
Beck
Randy's
has
at. Is Randy at a 3?
Oh, and James,
or-
and James, and James, and James.
Hmm.
Oh, okay. That's James Beck, right?
Back, yeah.
Okay,
It's
okay,
those
okay.
Are
two.
there any Europeans?
Yeah.
I know
I wanna
Boyd
say
is, I
Jamie
think,
Boyd
won 3.
might have 4.
I thought he was 3.
I think
Maybe
it's 3.
Boyd's a 4.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a very exclusive club. That said, though, so Aaron, you're at 2. This would have been your 3rd as well. Yeah, I was gonna say. I was like, I thought you had 3
Bummer.
as well. Right?
Yeah,
I know, dude. You guys could have
One of mine,
balanced this out.
one of mine seniors, so it doesn't count.
Oh wait, is one of those listed there seniors? Okay.
No. Sorry. I.
Oh,
was
you
at
have
2.
3, but
Yeah.
1 seniors.
Yeah, one seniors. It doesn't count.
Got it.
Yeah, I'll just have to try again in 3 weeks.
Yeah, right. That's actually way too soon. We'll be talking about a little bit of champions here, but I think we're going to start with the Reg I. We're going to get into the AI, I think, shortly after a brief bit about NAIC. But that said, let's finish introducing the show really quick. So if you guys are here now, but you're not going to be around for later, this is going to be on Adi's YouTube channel tomorrow, CK49, exclamation point YT in the chat if you ever forget. And if you have any questions for our guests, please do leave them in the Twitch chat. We'll be keeping an eye on that as we go so that, you guys can participate in the fun too. With that said, I think the first thing I wanted to knock out here was just really quick some stuff about NAIC. Audie linked this one to me. I actually don't know where this came from. I guess they put out an announcement, or was there an email? I don't know. Whatever. About the schedule.
It's on the website. They updated the website.
Got it. The website. The main notable thing here, because we're not all like we're starting at 9 a.m. The main thing that we're seeing here is this phase 2 Swiss part. It looks like we will be playing 9 rounds on day 1 for VGC Masters, and yeah, that means that one round of Swiss that they've been doing of phase 2, as we like to sometimes call day 2, phase 2. We'll be starting on the first day. And yeah, my memory's not the best, but last year we just played 8, right? We just played 8?
Yeah, it was 8.
Okay.
I don't know why they're doing this, but whatever.
Well, honestly,
Yeah, I think that makes it phase 1. It's phase 1. That's a phase 1 round.
You two are probably some of the best people to ask about this, because you guys were still. I was on a plane, like I was already leaving and going home, watching you guys play the finals, because I booked my flight for 6, and I thought that I was like, if I make finals, I'll probably have to rebook. But I figured that like if I made like top 8, I might be cutting it fine. But like I don't think that would have even done it. So Yeah, you guys were finishing like this is one of the latest finishes we've seen in a minute.
It
So
was so awful. Oh my
I was gonna
god.
say, Emilio, how did you feel about it? Yeah.
I hated it. I wanted to go home after top four. I literally had a flight to catch and I had to rebook and I was scrambling to the airport and I wasn't gonna make it, but my flight got delayed, so I got super bailed.
Wait, you made your original flight
Uh,
technically?
No, I didn't. I had to
Oh, the
rebook.
rebook.
And
You mean?
yeah, but I was gonna miss that one anyway. And then I just made it because the flight got delayed, so I got super
Okay.
bailed.
Okay. Aaron, what about you?
I was always leaving Monday afternoon. I just worked from LA. So it wasn't on my mind. What was on my mind was how exhausted I was.
Yeah.
And like I was just like thinking back on like the later rounds of cut. I was just like gassed, which like, that's a thing you got to consider if you want to make, top 8, top 4 at Worlds. So just have to think about how to do better with that at,
Mhm.
NAIC or something like that.
Oh man, somebody put it out in the chat here as well that TCG was like taking down their stage before we finished. It was
Yeah, it was
so funny.
crazy.
That was offensive. Yeah, I didn't like that.
What
No,
the
there were
heck?
like TCG fans who were like, "Oh, good luck in finals." Like they were leaving the venue. I was like, "Wait, what? Like you guys are done? Like what the hell?" It was crazy.
Oh
Oh
my god,
man,
yeah.
that's so miserable.
It-
So
we
yeah, I don't know. This definitely would help with it. Obviously, those 9 round days can be exhausting on their own. Putting a little bit more of the burden on the first day, but it will cut down on how much we're playing on the second one, at least by an hour or so, which is somewhat helpful. I think the main culprit is probably that we're streaming all 4 top 8 games now for like every tournament. That does seem to kind of like drag things, but I don't know. We want to see those games, but also we don't want tournaments to end at 8. So it's a hard thing to do.
the main culprit is we don't have any games on Sunday. We got
Yeah,
one.
that's true. That's true. Man. I mean, I'm not gonna reopen that can of worms, Aaron, but I would love
Yeah,
to,
sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. I just meant like I do miss when we would play like more than finals on Championship Sunday because I just don't like the like overly prepared sets. I mean,
Wait, when
I
did
don't know.
that even happen though? Like
20,
when was the last time that happened?
2016. Well, this is just what I know, but like 2016 nationals, we did top 4 and finals on the last day. So that was at least something.
Oh.
Yeah, but that was a very long time ago. That was 10 years ago. So
Actually, you've both been in these finals before. Aaron, well, wait, no. Yes or no? Have you been in one of the so you made it to an
Yeah.
Internet's final?
I have not been in an internats
Just
finals.
national
I have been
finals,
in
just
a
a
nationals finals.
Okay,
Yes.
okay. So then only
Uh,
Emilio here, maybe. Emilio, you when you made it to finals and worlds, that was a championship Sunday type day. I don't know. Do you enjoy the fact that like it's just like a whole day preparing for one match, or do you think that part's kind of lame? I'm kind of curious.
I fucking hate it. It's so lame. I like well, it was on me like for in 2018 because I didn't really prep properly. Like I went out to dinner with like my friends and that was not a good idea in hindsight. So that happened, but yeah, I think it's just really lame. Like the matches are usually pretty bad too and
Right.
interesting. So it's like it's much more interesting to see a fresh like matchup happen with people not deliberately planning it out. Like yeah.
Yeah,
So
100%
our
agree.
world's
Aaron,
finals this year were incredible.
Oh yeah, no,
Like
I agree. I agree.
those were
Yeah,
good games.
for sure.
yes,
So yeah, I
Mhm.
think it's hit or miss.
definitely. And like,
It's
there's
hit or
no.
miss, right? Because
Go ahead.
sometimes you get these awesome sets. I keep thinking of the Patrick Aurelian set in NAIC is one of my favorite sets of all time,
Mhm.
if not my favorite set of all time. And that was that definitely did. I think we probably need the prep to be as fun of a set as it was. But on the other hand, like you said, I think that if there is a big matchup discrepancy, or if someone can just crack the matchup and figure out a line, it's to turns into blowouts, and sometimes they are very disinteresting. So I think I agree. I think that I'm very curious about what that playing top 4 and finals on the same day was, because I imagine that doesn't actually solve the problem. I imagine you just have to prep 2 matchups instead of 1 then.
Right.
Yeah. It also comes down to how many, people are in your corner who can like you can delegate that to, so like,
Ultimately there is no like perfect solution to this, of course, but yeah, I'm just kind of that's what we're doing. We're just yapping. So, all right, let's move us on along because I do want to get your guys' thoughts on the actual tournament that we all played in. Because all four of us were in this one. You have to click show all teams to get me. Boom.
Ha.
There I am.
Oof.
So close, so close. But anyways, yeah, so we all played some lovely Regulation I over the weekend. We were all so excited to play some more. And Emilio, you ended up using a variation of the team that you brought to Orlando. And so, without like going into a full team report type analysis, especially because this is Regulation I is almost over. We've got just Melbourne as well as Utrecht this weekend. Well, Melbourne's in 2 weekends, but yeah. I wanted to ask you, how did you end up on Ice Rider Miraidon? Because as far as I know, I thought you were much more comfortable with the other horse.
Well, it's a pretty funny story. So like, I was talking a lot of shit about Ice Rider to Justin Burns. And I was like, bro, this shit's so easy. Like, Kalizama's way harder. And obviously, Justin said the opposite, right? And
Yeah.
eventually, like, it turned into a bet. So we were like, okay, if Regai comes back, we're going to use the opposite restricteds at Orlando. So he used Kalizama, and I used Ice Rider Miraidon, and whoever plays higher, like, wins or whatever, right?
Right.
And I just ended up really liking it, to be honest. And so I was like, okay, I'll just use it at LA2. Like, I was gonna use Terapagos, but I kind of caved last second, and I was like, I don't really want to get everything in game, so I'm just gonna use Ice Rider.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I don't really like. I also had a pocket like Ice Rider in 22, but before this, I really never played it. But
Mhm.
yeah, I love it now.
Yeah, let's go. Bringing you over to the good side. I love to hear it. And this team is also, I don't know, it's really fun because just with like Iron Hands and Iron Bundle, you have that like electric ice, fast, slow on both sides.
Yeah,
That
yeah, yeah.
that part's just so fun. So yeah, that part. Oh, also there was one thing that I guess people were in the know. Like your match that was like on stream got like I think it was top 8 got mega delayed, and it
Mhm.
was because of a team sheet thing, right?
Yeah, so the night before the tour, I was like, okay, I want to use Psychic over Roar, Wake with Ursh, because I felt like I wanted to hit a Moongus. And but I was submitting the like the mons that were already in RK9 from Orlando. I didn't change anything, so it had Roar.
Mm-hmm.
And but the rental I made had Psychic on Farig, right? But
Mm-hmm.
I noticed before round 1, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna use Roar and like change the move to Roar in game because I don't like want to cause a hassle and get a game loss.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I didn't play on stream until top 8. So then they noticed and they were like, okay, yeah, well, why'd you do this? And blah 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 blah. Like, don't do that. And that's why it took forever.
It took them so long,
Yeah, it
man.
was insane. I was like, am I gonna get a game loss? Or are they gonna take my frig or what's gonna happen? And nothing
Right.
happened. So
No, glad that you were able to play it out uninterrupted. But yeah, it was a mess. It was a mess.
yeah,
Um,
it's awful.
We saw a big clump of judges right in front of the stream stage, and Alex was like, "Yo, can you eavesdrop on them? Like you're sitting closer."
I did
You
ask
cannot.
him. I did ask. It's like, come on, I need the tea. Um, but okay, so yeah, you just ended up sticking with it because it was comfort, and I don't know. Do you think that this is a strong team like with generic like strength, or do you think it's just something that you're really comfortable with, but you don't see it catching on for the remaining 3 events? I forgot Peru as well. The remaining 3 ones.
Probably a mix of both. Like, I do think it's quite good,
Hmm.
but it has some issues like Terapagos and I think Miraidon Lunala can get kind of shaky. Kalizama's also still fucking annoying. Like I played at one point in day 2, I played 4 Kalizama in a row, and it was like the most stressful thing ever. I was molding so much, but it worked out. But yeah, I mean, it has some shaky matches, but I think it's overall quite solid if you play well.
I gotta say, after watching your match in Orlando when you played against Kalizama, I was just like, I don't think I could play this team. This does not look fun.
Yeah,
Um,
my God.
so somebody asked in the chat, how's the Koraidon matchup? Do you feel comfortable in Koraidon with it?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I mean, like like traditional like Geos cried on or like just anything.
I think they said any Koraidon, I guess.
Oh yeah, I think with Fire Cali, it's definitely fine. Like
Hmm.
there was one, like I lost to Joey Woodring in Orlando when he was
Hmm.
using Geo's team, but like it was just because he forced like a speed tie, like turn one every single game, and he
Uh,
won it every single game. And I was like, okay, well, I need a plan into like people who are trying to force the speed tie every time, and I was thinking about that for LA, but I didn't play any of Geo's team. But I do think it's definitely fine. Like with bundle, you can just fuck them over with Icy Win plus like right on clicking whatever.
right. Yeah. Bundle having that extra edge over Fluttermane is so huge.
Yeah, it's crazy.
All right, then let's go over to Aaron. Aaron, you guys did a little bit of cooking for this one, and I got to see a an early draft of this as well at the local, funnily enough. And I didn't think it was gonna like stick around. Honestly, I was just like, oh, he's got a TOXAPEX, he's just doing crazy TOXAPEX stuff. But ended up being the final six that you brought to the tournament, and yeah, again, not like a full team report, but like how did it come to be Terapagos Miraidon with TOXAPEX and this supporting cast?
Yeah, so I probably will write a team report, honestly, like a little Medium article, because the full story is
Sick.
kind of wild. TLDR, Marcus on ladder saw these six and was like, this is awesome. And then Brendan put them together, and there was this like one pair of replays against Kyogre and Calyrex Ice, and he sent it to all of us, and we were like, oh my god, this is incredible. It like, it's a TOXAPEX that does TOXAPEX things, but it's like not like it's not something that anything else is doing. It adds really interesting things to certain matchups. And the other Pokemon are so strong that it's like, well, I really don't actually wish it was Urshifu. And so Brendan actually did most of the driving of the training, and it ended up on the day of the tournament that I was the one out of us that ended up doing the best. Um, but yeah, I wouldn't like, I don't know, I wouldn't. First off, I wouldn't want to go into Utrecht and have like this to like worry about, and second off, I wouldn't change anything really. I think
Hmm.
it ended up really good, and yeah, I was just very lucky to and happy to make it that far.
Yeah, I'm excited to read that about how it all came together because this is, I don't know, there's a lot of fun stuff here, and I feel like this was definitely it falls into the camp of the stuff that like Audie and I were talking about on previous episodes where we were saying, if somebody wants to like, cook for this tournament, like this is like a team that I think is going to capitalize on people not having game plans prepared for exactly this. And did it feel that way in your run?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Like, first off, like I think that like the Terapagos mode was like underexplored. Like for my own sake, I was like, this is gonna be the out of every tournament ever, this is the one that's gonna be the most payoff for like studying the rental codes out there and like what people
Yep.
have used, because nobody's doing anything new for, they're playing champions. I actually had like prep into a version of Emilio's team, and I was with the caveat that like, of course, if Emilio was running it, like all bets are off. And I like just laundry lists of all of these archetypes, and yeah, it did not feel like other people were really ready, though I think there's a lot about this iteration of the team specifically that makes it hard for just what we ran into to deal with us.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And oh yeah, I forgot to ask Emilio, so we'll jump back for that one afterwards. But Aaron, from your run, what would you say was the one most standout match?
I mean, well, so you will. It's also funny. I don't know if you've had this before, but I actually played all three of you.
Right.
In
I said this week's episode has to be the gang lose TOXAPEX because you knocked out both me and Alex from the tournament.
True.
I'm sorry, boys. So I would say that the Shane rematch in top 8 was like, that was the one.
Yeah.
Like looking back on, like I think I'm the most proud of. And also like very dramatic on stage. Although top 4 was also, and Arset Alex, like they were all pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
And Shane's super strong, really nice guy. And his like, he's got Calyrex Ice and Kyogre, and Toxapex is supposed to run over those Pokemon, but he's also got Smeargle, which is really strong into what we're doing, and he made some great Decorate plays. It actually beat both me and Brendan in Swiss, and it was like really hard to figure out what to do. Yeah. Also, his team is awesome. Like, not sure if it's like, you know, if that's something that, you know, is similar to other pace, but it's just, you know, kind of like a Calyrex Ice Kyogre version of Smeargle just going wild.
Definitely a very evil team, 100%. You know, just like all the good pins, whether it's like, you know, Spore and Bleakwind covering grass types, Spore and Glacial Lance covering grass types, Glacial Lance covering the water resist for Kyogre, or whatever the opposite. And yeah, they're all just quite good together. Sad to hear that the Love Disc wasn't the highlight of your tournament.
The Love Disc was awesome. The dude had a Love Disc plushie as well. I like the this was my round 4 after going 3-0. Like super, like, I don't know, it's just awesome. It's like what is a polar bear doing in Dallas, Texas? Yeah. But I was actually really worried about the Love Disc because it's faster than everything on the team and can endeavor Terapagos. So like, I was happy to not play against Love Disc.
When you told me that
was my tournament.
Love Disc, I was like, oh, it has to be the entrainment one with Kyogre. There's just not even a Kyogre here. There's not even
It is the entrainment one. Don't get me wrong. This person was awesome though. We had a really nice chat. And some good games.
He also had an unbelievable schedule. I mean, I heard about the Love Disc because Nick also beat him. And apparently he had the pair up in the last round and lost to Ben Emerizian, who's also a very good player, which is pretty crazy.
That's wild. It was their first tournament too.
That's so cool.
Yeah. So yeah, really like very happy to do all that. Toxapex has been around since 2017, right? It's an Alolamon, and the Limitless page, 4 or 5 of the results from it are from this tournament, which is like, I don't know. It's
I love that.
Pretty wild. Yeah.
No, I was actually in Champions, Aaron, and I was like looking for poison types, and I was like, wait a minute, I guess this guy is also in Champions already. You can run the same set.
That's right. We got Sinister too. Let's make it happen. Although unfortunately, you kind of need to win the game in under 90 minutes. So,
so true. All right, Emilio. So I wanted to come back to you on this one. What would you say was your one most like standout match from your tournament run?
Had a lot of good sets. I think probably against NJ, it was like a close 2-0 for him, but like it's kind of weird because he had Pollen Puff on Cali, and I was like, okay, well, I'm probably fucked because he can just like 2-KO my Frigg. But then I was like, okay, well, maybe I can hold some positions better because he doesn't have Encore, and I can just like tech my Miraidon and it should be maybe okay. But like in turn 1 of game 1, like I led Miraidon Ursh against Cali Ogre, and I like U-turn protected into Frigg, and he like followed me, Pollen Puff my Ursh turn 1. I was like, oh, this is what we're doing. Okay. I didn't know he was like that. And then I almost brought it back, but then he got me. He played really safe and really well, and then game 2 was also similar. It was really close, but he played super well, and I'm glad that I got that out of the way, like, because that was the start of my streak against 4 Kalizamas, and I was like, okay, like, there's a few things that I'm doing wrong, and like I can do a few things better. I beat the rest of them, so yeah.
Yeah, I guess if you wanted it to be a warm-up game, you want it to be as hard as possible so that you can
exactly
lock in for the rest. I also think your description of that turn 1 is the best. Like it's the most accurate because I've been in that spot too, where you just have a turn 1 like that. It's like, oh, so it's like that. Like that's how we're gonna be playing out the game.
Like, I didn't know he was like that. Like, okay, I mean, I knew he was good, but I was very impressed. So
that's so crazy. Great play from NJ there. All right, so so Regulation I is over for us, so I don't think we're gonna have too much fun analyzing all the results in intense detail. Instead, maybe we'll pick. What we'll do is we'll just jump over to me and Adi really quick, just to do a quick thing about ours, and then we'll just get moving on. Because I think besides Aaron's team,
yeah.
I don't know if anybody else did a whole lot of interesting stuff at this one. I'm looking at like that. I mean, shout out
Azad
to
and others
Oh,
did.
yeah,
There's
true.
Roaring Moon, Groudon, something.
Yeah, Gold Anko. It was gold Zama Groudon.
yeah.
God.
Yeah, Bezad and I think Jonathan Hembekar were also running it. And yeah, they. No, this is cool. Adi, also, I guess I'll let you speak on it because didn't you bring this duo to Worlds, right? Or
I sure did. I did.
What?
I had a very different take on it, but it has the version that I brought has a amazing, like a phenomenal matchup into basically everything except for CSR Zama, which was very questionable. But I figured and you know, for what it's worth, at Worlds, I figured I'm not the best player in the world, and I want to do well at the World Championships, so I'm going to have to high roll a little bit with my matchups, and you know, call my shot. And so I said, you know, if CSR Zama underachieves at Worlds, maybe this can be it. It did not. Obviously, it did really well. But on the other hand, Miraidon Ice Rider, which was the other boogeyman of the format, did underachieve at Worlds, and the teams that had a sketchy matchup into Miraidon Ice Rider ended up doing really well at Worlds, the Koraidon teams, right? So there is some merit to making a meta call like that at the World Championships. I would not do that at a regional where I felt like I was capable of top cutting or winning the regional on my own merits. But Bazad, I think, obviously does have other tools to help with that matchup a lot more. And he did beat, I believe he beat Montana on stream, right?
Yes.
Where
Yeah,
Montana was just like, oh, that was brutal. So I think that this is a better built team than what I brought to the World Championships.
right. It's got that imprisoned Zama as well that some teams have been running. I think Brian Collins is also running that on like an HO team. Just really funny against opposing Zamas. Very evil. I mean, it's really good for supporting different spread move attackers. In this case, Groudon or Golden Go. Not being able to wide guard against those guys can be difficult to come back from. So that one's pretty sick. Then, Adi, let's jump over to yours.
Let me talk about my run. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Okay, so I had a crazy run. So first off, I was not even sure if I was going to this event. I booked it, and then I top cut Get Out the Row, and I was like, well, I actually have my Worlds invite locked up, so I don't need to go. But I did really, but I was thinking about it, and I was like, well, I don't get that much money back if I cancel my flights. I get more money from getting top 64 and selling a box, which is, you know, says a lot about the value of a box, more so than maybe the value of my flight. And so I was like, all right, I'll go. I'm feeling good. And it was really nice to go to a regional and simultaneously be really confident in my play, but also not have any pressure on me. And so I played really loose, I think. I also had a crazy schedule. And this is basically the same team. There was like a couple changes that I might mention.
Oh, you did get Jude round one, yeah.
And I got Jude Lee round one, which is crazy. Obviously, he's really good. He ladders a ton, and so we actually I worked with Andrew Ding and Montana and Zach and Wyatt and Choppa, and so we had replays into him, and so we kind of knew how he played, but he played super well. And Game 3, I get a 3-turn sleep on his Calyrex to win, and otherwise it kind of comes down to Calyrex speed ties. So I got a little lucky. And then against Andrew Ding round 3, who was playing the 6-mon mirror, we did work together. And again, we play a really close 3-game set. And Game 3, I misplay a little bit and give him the chance to encore my Calyrex into Protect, which was a speed tie, and he wins the speed tie. And so I'm like, I just tossed the match. He got the encore. He won the speed tie. And then, but on the last turn of encore, I get the double Protect, and he double targets it, and I win the game because of that. So very fortunate in round 1 and round 3 to win. And I was sitting there and I was like, well, I just played 2 amazing players. I'm sure my tiebreaker is going to be awesome. And you can't look a gift horse in the mouth. Sometimes the game just smiles at you, and you have to take advantage of that. And I think I locked in. And I played really well for the rest of the day. I lost a really tough match against Benji Harlan, who had a really good matchup into me, and I thought I actually played quite well despite the loss. I was really proud of how I beat Justin and 2-0'd him, and felt really good about that because that is one of the matchups that I really attacked for. Going into the tournament was the Koraidon Ice Rider matchup.
And somebody asked about your stream match against Clippers then. So you played against Aaron Brock in round 10.
Yeah, it's hard because I kind of want to talk about all the matches, but I don't.
We gotta keep it moving. We gotta keep it moving, Adi. I'm sorry.
I gotta keep moving. Here's what I'll say. I want to talk about the match against Junchi.
What's that one?
But
9K.
because that was my round 9, and that actually Gavin, I was staying with Gavin. He asked me that morning, we were talking like, who do you really not want to play? And I was like, I don't want to play Junchi and Justin Tang at 7-1 because I don't know how I'm playing against that. But and that set was insane. I was shaking at the end of it because game 1, I thought I played really well, and he gets a double Dark Pulse flinch into my Zamazenta in the Zamazenta versus Chiyu endgame to win game 1, and I'm just like, oh, I can't believe that just happened. But I managed to. He did a different game plan in game 2 that's a lot weaker into my team, and I beat him then. And then game 3, he plays really well in the early game, takes a big advantage, and plays very, very conservatively. Does not take a single risk in the end game. And as a result, I managed to claw my way back in. I think it was like a 1 HP Calyrex and a super low Zamazenta versus a Raging Bolt that had Thunderclap and a Groudon locked into Wide Guard with the Chiyu in back, which is crazy. And at any point he had to Thunderclap, I had to call my and I kept protecting my Calyrex because I didn't want to lose. But at any point, if he called my Zamazenta attacking, he would have won. And the only way I make progress is my Zamazenta attacking. But of course, if he gets it wrong and I asked for barrage, then I immediately win the game. And so super, super like I can't believe I pulled that back. I was shaking at the end of it, but somehow I could pull it back to a 50-50 and I win that game. But and then you guys saw my set against Aaron Brock. You didn't see my set against Aaron Trailer, but they were actually kind of similar in that the game, the Brock set was super close, and then game 3, you know, I don't know if I made the right play by fully committing to the Sucker Punch Thunderclap into his Calyrex, but the way I saw it is that he has to attack with one of his Pokemon, and if I call it right, I win. And I could make a mid-ground play that extends the game further, but I don't know if that's actually winning. But he is surely going to attack with one of his Pokemon, and I can double target that slot, and I can win the game. I just have to call it right. And so my philosophy when it comes to making reads is if you're going to make a read, if you're going to make a high-risk play, make sure it's high reward. Make sure you win the game for making that read. And that was kind of my thought process. And even though I got it wrong, I don't regret making the play. Similarly, against Aaron, I think against Aaron Trailer, game 1, I make a slight misplay in the end game. And you made a really smart play that I can't remember the exact situation, but I just remember thinking, I made a slight misplay, and you punished it. And so game 1 was close. And game 2, you had a Miraidon and a 1 HP Sinistcha and an Incineroar in back, versus I had the board state of Chien-Pao and Zamazenta. And I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, I feel like I'm a little behind right now. But again, you if you're going to make a read, you better make a read that wins the game. And I said, I think this is a turn where you switch out the Sinistcha into Incineroar and you may get a Volt Switch off. So I'm going to throw a Sucker Punch into Miraidon and I'm going to body press the Sinistcha, just raw calling the Incineroar switch in. Because Sinistcha and Incineroar have such good defensive synergy. If you're never willing to call the switch out, it's so hard to make progress against that team. And so I hard call that, and Aaron rage powders, and I immediately lose. And that's how game 2 is decided. And so again, that's kind of the philosophy. You're gonna make a read that wins the game. And I fully committed in both those losses, and I didn't get it. There were other situations where I won because I was willing to make a read that won the game, right? So, you win some, you lose some. The last thing I will say about this team is that the one change, I think the only change that I made, maybe a couple EV spread tweaks. The only change I made were Terra types. It was Amoonguss changed from Terra Water to Terra Fire, and Zamazenta changed from Terra Dragon to Terra Water. And those were the only 2 changes I made. And the Zamazenta Terra was the one that we spent the longest on because we considered Dragon, which is kind of universally good. Water was good into Kyogre. It was really good into Sun because you couldn't get pinned by Fluttermane, and I thought Sun was going to be really common, so I stuck to Water when I think the rest of my team building group went with Dragon. And also good into Kyogre, but a lot worse into Miraidon. And then the last one was Terra Grass, which I thought made the Sun matchup so much worse, but also is like a hard, like when I was talking to Gavin about his Kyogre team, he was like, we cannot beat Amoonguss plus Terra Grass Zamazenta. It's like an auto win against that. And similarly, I'm looking at Top Cut and I see all of these Sinistcha, Miraidon, Pagos teams, and I'm like, man, if I had Terra Grass Zamazenta, I sweep this team. You cannot do a single thing if I Terra Grass by Zamazenta, just body press the not Sinistcha slot every single turn. And so, in hindsight, looking at how the Top Cut turned out, you know, Terra Grass Zamazenta, I think, would have won the tournament, or potentially maybe lost to Emilio, but would have done pretty well in this tournament. But yeah, so, but at the same time, you know, you play the schedule that you get, and I went 4-0 against Sun teams this tournament, and I went 2-2. I went, I think, 2-2 against Miraidon teams this tournament. And so, and you know, if I had switched the Terra type into Grass, who knows? Maybe I drop a couple against Sun, and I win against the Miraidons, and I still don't make Top Cut. You know, so That's kind of the trade-off. You just have to consider those trade-offs when you're team building. I didn't actually practice that much before this tournament, but I knew the team well enough, and I was able to understand the trade-offs when making these decisions in team building. And I think I made the call that Sun was going to be really common in this tournament. It was not. It was not the most common team in this tournament, and that's kind of the art of making a meta call that I might have flubbed a little bit, and that might have been what cost me a spot in top cut.
Mm-hmm. It is fun though. There's like not just sticking to the team that and are like familiar with, but also making minor adjustments to it to account for exactly what you expect to fight in that weekend, and whether or not you're right on it. Because I don't know, that's the fun of Pokemon exactly. Because you don't get exactly what you might expect. You don't know exactly what you're gonna fight. I'll try to make mine real quick here. I'm not gonna do anything. My favorite anecdote though is that in day 2, my 2 losses were the finalists. It was like, okay, well, have fun. They're both here in this call. Awesome.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, like day 1, my only loss was just getting like turn 1 crit, just Ice Rider blown the fuck up. I was just like, oh, awesome. So he's dead. So I lose. But then yeah, I think Adi was talking about the whole looking at the people you didn't want to fight. I don't want to ever be that guy that's like they're all bad matchups for me. But I was looking at all the 7-1s and I was like, I think 9 out of like 13 that I could play, I was like, these all don't look comfy. And Emilio, you were one of them. I was kind of like, because I had practiced that one and I was like, this is a little tough, but it was close. It was fun.
Yeah, it's awk.
And I honestly, I should have won this. I should have tried to win the second one. Or like I feel like I had a really good start to that one. I don't remember. Anyways.
Mm.
And I went to 3 against Aaron as well. That one was on stream though, so I don't have to talk more about that one. But I feel like I did all right in my losses. So and then
the context that we didn't have on stream was that was like kind of a continuation of our game at the ill-fated like 4-person local that ended up mattering for top cut of this regional.
Right.
It was you tried some things that I was actually really worried that you would do at the local, and then like went back home and kind of like learned could be really annoying if like the Geo team did it, and so I was like, oh no, he like figured it out.
Yeah.
I think it was a great set.
Yeah, I honestly, it was funny, Aaron, because we went so long, like so long, and then I sit down to fight Sebastian Gonzalez here. On a similar enough team, similar in a lot of ways. And I was like, man, I was like, did you catch any of the stream? I was like, it just took forever. And Sebastian was like, no, I did not. So I immediately just slammed that Terra Flutter, switch into Koraidon, and killed the Koraidon. I was just like, thank God you didn't see it. Oh, somebody also brought up the physical Starstorm thing. It turns out that, I guess it did matter. I don't know. I was looking at the numbers and I was like, I thought I was dying anyways. But yeah, because I got a Moonblast special attack drop, the Starstorm onto my Flutter main was a physical one, and so that's why I KO'd without like a critical hit.
Yeah.
I was so confused. I was like, what the fuck? Oh,
it's crazy that people notice this because I had no idea. I was just like, da da da. Like,
same.
I'm using Terra Starstorm.
I popped off a little bit when I got the special attack drop. I was like, nice, we're gonna live. I still died, and I was like, I was stupid for thinking I would live. I guess it wasn't a crit.
So what's really funny is that my Terrapagos was not bottle capped. I actually submitted my team on Monday because I was like just super ready. And then my friend Dylan comes to me on Tuesday and was like, "There's like you should be bottle capping your Terrapagos." And I was like, "Why?" Like it's like no, Starstorm can be physical, and it mattered. So thank you, Dylan.
No, Dylan, you cost me this set. Oh no! I honestly, the other thing that I said about this one is that I don't know if a 1 HP Flutter was going to win me that end game anyways, so I'm not sweating it too hard. But yeah, I guess the last thing I will say is just about the team in general. Is that Justin just came to me like a couple weeks before the tournament and was like, I want to run Sun Ice Rider. Like I think Emilio, I'm blaming you for this one. I think you got him hooked on Chiyu Flutter.
My bad.
You got him addicted to it, dude, after the Reg F run. And so he's like, I want to do Chiyu Flutter stuff again. And I was like, all right, let's do Chiyu Flutter stuff. And I felt like it did feel pretty good because I actually put in a little bit of work for this one, just like you were saying, Aaron, just prepping against the most popular teams And because I was using offense with preparation, it just felt like I was making like, you know, coin flip type plays that weren't actually coin flips. They were ones that I had seen the path further down from that. In fact, I don't know. You don't always play teams like this, Emilio, but you're always the person I reference when I talk about these types of things, like playing an aggressive team, and when people think they're like coin flip decisions, but you've like seen it 20 times, and most people lean this way, type of thing. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, for sure. I
Um,
love HO.
yeah, yeah. So I was having fun. I was having fun in the sun, making making people sweat when they see just like life orb boosted thunderclaps and sun boosted heat waves, and everything's just sun, sun, sun. It was good. Um, anyways, then let's see. I don't know if there's any other major ones to look at. I did want to mention Lewis Markle is just like almost stole our invite, dude. I was like, that was a little scary. That was a little crazy. Like, what the heck? Who was it?
He's a
Who
demon.
fought Lewis? I can't remember.
It was Aaron.
Aaron.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, he's a super. I mean, he's
Solid.
incredible, and he's also a really nice guy.
Yeah.
I hope he's attending the next one, Utrecht. That'd be pretty cool. I'd hope I'd like it if you won that. So
Yeah. I think. Yeah, I think he might be. I can't remember. I played him at Worlds in the first round of day 2, and he just mopped the floor with me. I was just like, ow, this guy's good. This guy's good. Let's see, and then
Pull
I
up the
think
ride on. You got to pull up the ride
Yeah,
on.
the ride on. Yeah.
there's a ride on.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
yeah, there's a ride on.
There's always a
Ride-on's
ride
good.
on in
no
day
one's
2 of a
using it,
Reg
and I don't know
tour.
why. I've been saying all format. Ride on's legit.
Yep.
It's actually one spot above you.
Oh,
It was
neat.
just
Nah, it's crazy.
Let's go,
Not to say
Agumon,
anything,
dude.
Terra Blast. All right, bro.
I
Terra
don't
Blast.
get
Yeah.
Terra Blast. And I was talking to Gavin, because Gavin played the Ride On, and game 1 apparently, and Gavin's on Kyogre Ice Rider. Ride On is obviously very clearly for Miraidon, and I brought it to Portland Regionals. I went 7-3, and I beat all 6 Miraidon I played. I thought like it was legit. Like it's an auto win into almost every Miraidon, at least all the Miraidon Ice Rider teams and a lot of the Miraidon teams in general. Don't understand Terra Blast because I was on Score Stance, but no, I think it's sick, and I think especially on a Kyogre Lunala team, it makes so much sense as a way to patch that matchup. But he did bring it against the Kyogre Ice Rider that he played in game 1, and it just died. That's what Gavin told me. So
I kind of get it. It's like, okay, I'm gonna bring Lunala, I'm gonna bring Kyogre, and I'm gonna bring Urshifu, and then I gotta pick another Pokemon into Ice. Well, they're all weak to Ice Rider, you know. So I can
Right,
see where
yeah,
they're
that's a good
coming
point.
from. Yeah.
Pick your poison. That's
That's right. Yeah.
and then the last one I want to show is Lucy Fleming, who brought Reshiram in May Day 2, and I think
Yeah.
was X1 going into the very last round because I sat next to her, and sadly did not have a strong ending to her day. But wow, Reshiram started out 6-1 at the tournament, and had a really looking like a VGC 22 team out here.
Surprisingly, this is my first time seeing it. There could be a slim chance that it's not Aaron's first time seeing it, but Lucy is a local of ours, right? I believe.
I was about
so.
to ask. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't.
So,
I don't think I've. We might have played at one point, but I definitely did not play Reshiram at local. So it's
yes.
pretty awesome that it had such an awesome run. Like this is pretty sweet, right? And it's also like Iron Hands and Grimmsnarl and Amoonguss are like going to be really annoying pieces. Like I was actually super weak to them. I think that I would probably have gotten taken apart by Lucy if we had played. So I guess I'm very glad that we did not. So I see how like Reshiram could really be annoying for some teams.
I don't know if I do. I don't know if I see it. I don't know if I see the vision for Reshiram. I'm honestly, I don't know. It's like it's cool. It's funny. Blue
Terapagos mind virus is overtaking me. What does Blue Flare do? Does it?
It's
It burns sometimes?
130. Yeah.
Oh
I think it's just strong. 85 accuracy, maybe a 20% chance to burn.
I think it's 30.
Is it 30? Dang. Okay.
Yeah, it's like Bolt
okay.
Strike, I think.
Oh well, yeah. I guess is Bolt Strike a 30 to Para?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I think then we're gonna. Oh well. Hold on. Audie's linked me something. I was gonna say I was gonna move us on
She dropped
past
the paste.
Regulation 9. Oh, okay. Just the
Oh.
full. I mean, the EVs aren't
In
really.
case
gonna
anyone
change,
wants it.
But yeah, sure.
In case anyone wants to bring Reshiram to Utrecht, you know, it
There
is
you
out
go. There you go. All right, so I'm going to keep us moving along here then and see if we can get at least a couple of champions takes out of our guests here because we're all moving on to that. I mean, I can't imagine you guys are doing anything else in Regulation I, right?
Got a last minute flight
Nah,
to
hell
Utrecht.
no.
Let's make it happen. No.
Yes.
Don't tempt me with a good time. I will fly to Campinas, Brazil, if I have the opportunity.
I heard Emilio's
to.
going to
That's-
Peru, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, one last thing I will say about it though is Emilio, you were probably feeling pretty fine about a Worlds invite, but you did just get the auto qual, right? So
Yeah, I think like basically was locked after I got like top 8,
right,
but it just made it less stressful, so we'll take it.
and it's good for people like me and Adi and the others, you know, that are because
It's true.
I think
Doesn't matter
makes
to
it more-
me. I'm past it. I'm currently 17th in North America. So
There we
I'm-
go. There we go.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Change the
Excuse
topic.
me, sorry, I did-
I was fighting
From
for
Latin America.
suddenly I'm fighting for the stipend. So actually, it's pretty bad for me.
Okay.
Oh.
Wait, Augie,
Oh,
what
yeah.
percentage of those points are from Latin America?
Yeah.
So
Just-
fun
just
fact.
for reference.
Fun fact. Prior to this event, I had not been to an event in the United States since Las Vegas regionals because I went to
Aw.
Toronto and then EUIC and then Merida and then Querétaro. So
Whoa.
a
Yes.
decent number of those points are from LATAM.
So wide.
It's
Right.
you know what,
I'll
and I've said it before and I've said it again. The point payouts are the same. The prize money is the same. It's just smart. It's just I had a free vacation to Mexico because I went to a regional that had 250 players and I got top 8. Why would you not do that?
I'm not.
You're
I see
saying
it.
it. Emilio isn't saying it.
Oh my god, yes. Okay, so I think I don't remember what order I put these things in. I'm gonna grab this one really quick because it's small, but we do have the new season of Champions here, and that came out just last night. Kind of worked out that we're doing this on Wednesday, but honestly, it would have been fine if it didn't happen because there's nothing to really talk about here. This is not any large piece of news. I think the only thing that we have in the game is besides the ladder standings, which of course who else would you pick to finish first? This is the wrong one. This is Japan. But who else would you pick to finish first? With Suika, of course. Suika's just too crazy
That's
at best
wild.
of 1 ladders. But anyways, besides that, just a new battle pass featuring Kang and Skarmory, but not in any interesting way. I thought I almost said Starmie. Never mind. Skarmory. Yeah, Skarmory. Yeah. I don't know why, Aaron. I saw Gengar above T-shirt, and it made me think of your Gengar T-shirt from your video. I love that one.
Thank
I
you.
always tear into
My friend
normal.
Anthony actually made it in real life. It's awesome. But I
Yes.
definitely I can't wear that on stream. So just
Very normal.
around the house. That's right.
So yeah, we didn't get anything added. Like I think a lot of people were not expecting a new format for sure. I mean, if they were changing formats every month, it would probably be a little bit wild. But like honestly, they like some people were wondering if they were gonna like roll back items in at all. But maybe we'll be waiting a little bit longer for that. So yeah, nothing too interesting in this one. Let's see then. Big download button. Okay.
Ooh.
Click it. Let's see what
So
happens.
we have a lot of teams to cover in Champions because we have, and I'm gonna quickly go through it, but we had a Victory Road Tour, we had the Malaysian National Championships, we had the Japanese qualifiers, the second stage of qualifiers for their Japan National Championships, and then we also had the end of month ladder or the end of the first season of MA. I guess it's not end of month anymore. And so we have the top teams from there. So we got a lot of teams to look at. Spoilers. They might not be as diverse as you want them to be.
We could probably start with Malaysia, speak on that note, and actually, before we do, just look at teams. I guess let's grab this one thing from the Malaysia tournament. I believe this was from Malaysia. So I've ended up linking us this, and it was how they were setting up their battles. Yeah, sorry that the text is a little bit blurry, their images or whatever. But let me see if zooming it makes it legible at all. Not really. It says 2025 to
cool.
2026 Asia Championship Series. What were you saying, Sarah?
It does say that in step 3, yeah.
Oh yeah, maybe
so it's all using the game as a backend, like the tournament itself, or
So it seems like wait, setup before battle. Maybe this was page 1. I have my pictures out of order. Okay. So enter submenu. It says basically says go back to the title screen, and if you've played around on the title screen, you'll see that there is a competition mode. And I was kind of hoping we would use this for tournaments. It doesn't seem like we will be using these for tournaments over here in championship point earning regions. The current rules state that we're setting up private battles, kind of like what we've been doing with union circles, but the champions equivalent. But yeah, this it says search for the competition, enter the ID. And then find that one. And then it seems like you put in here. Let me grab that last one. It seems like you put in like your table number or something like that. Enter your table ID. I example 0001, and then confirm that your opponent is correct and select ready once you're ready, once the signal to start has been announced. So I know that it's not like that different than what we're doing, because I guess you still have to kind of like go in, set it up, and then type in a code or whatever. The private battles are similarly, but I mean it would be nice to actually have like a real tournament mode, and it seems like this is like a bit closer to that than us just using private battle. But I don't know if anybody has any thoughts on this. If there's not, that's fine, because honestly it's not a whole lot of it's not a major speaking point anyways.
interesting. I hope it doesn't make it harder.
Right?
Like like we'll find out in a couple weeks.
Yes, I know it's coming up so quick. And I think I didn't include it in the end for the previews, but I think maybe it's Thailand that's coming up at the end or sorry, this weekend. Like they might be playing their qualifier this coming weekend. Anyways, let's go over to the Malaysia Master Ball League results then. And so this is kind of the funny one, because yeah, people were looking at this and they were like, all right, the meta's solved, and like, I mean, it does look a little samey. And so I guess just like broadly with this as a background, I do want to ask Aaron and Emilio both of your thoughts on champions, now that I'm sure we all spent at least some time in the last week, not playing as champions as much as we would like because of, other concerns like Regulation I in LA. But yeah, Emilio, starting with you, how are you feeling about champions, about the metagame in it and whatnot? Do you think it's doomed like as this tournament looks, or do you think it's actually just fine?
I don't think it's doomed. I definitely don't like the format, but like I can't see this and be like, oh yeah, like the format's solved. Like I just don't think that like some Malaysian tournament is like the equivalent of like Worlds or something. Like we're gonna be all right. But yeah, I mean there's these Pokemon are good. Like there's definitely a ton of stuff to try, I think, and I haven't put in like a ton of time since I was still also working on Reg Eye.
Right.
But I have a bunch of ideas for sure. Just not sure if they can beat King Gambit plus Basculegion, I will say, but
I guess
yeah, there's tools.
my question, you said you didn't like the format. Is there something you don't like about it? I was just
I mean, okay, well,
you
I think Rockslide is definitely like my number one thing
Okay.
for sure. Like I was like 2 weeks ago, I was playing a lot of in game. I was like fifth or so on ladder, and like I like loaded into Kinugawa, and like we had a really good game until he rock slide flinched me to get first on ladder. I was like, yeah, I'm done. So and then it's just like a lot of that would be happening in a lot of games, and yeah, I think there's some stuff that I like about it. Like I like Megas being back, and I guess I also like playing CTS in game, but it's gonna be OTS on tours anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, it's mainly Rockstar that I dislike, I'd say.
The CTS thing is also something that's been really sticking with me. I'm surprised we don't have something for it if we're gonna keep playing open teaching.
Yeah, I don't understand. Like
It's so
whatever.
weird. Aaron, what are your thoughts so far about champions, about the metagame and stuff?
I mean, it just like it just can't be all this, Like I always like there's got to be so much depth that like we haven't found, is like, like there's got to be more. Like all I've done on Champions is Aaron Zhang published Xenoblade Hero, I believe's Mega Venusaur rental code, and did a little feature, and I was like, that looks fun. And I have been a Mega Venusaur one trick for about like 150 games. I'm actually a professor now. And well, like at the beginning of the format, everyone was like, "Oh my God, Floette this, Floette, Floette, Floette," and I was like, "I don't have to worry about that because I had Venusaur and Rotom Heat and Corviknight." And so I kind of wonder because somebody will adapt, they'll get their flowers for it, and we'll move on to that. And I kind of want to figure out what that is. And I want to figure it out before Indianapolis, and I don't want anyone else to. So
Right. That's always the fun of it. It's just chasing that solution to what everybody thinks is the only way.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I was talking about this yesterday on just a regular stream, but I'm gonna repeat it here, is that I think my least favorite thing about the format right now is not Rock Slide, and it's not the big four guys, which are like Sneasler, King Gambit, Basculegion, and Garchomp. But more so the kind of like mega coin flips that we're almost entering, and that's the part that's kind of like sticking with me is I don't know, back in the day when a lot of us were playing with megas, like it felt like single mega was the main way to play, and now we're seeing a whole lot of double mega, and those double megas are two megas that cover each other in a really annoying way. Actually, the main example I like to use is these two double megas against each other. Because you have, I don't want to lose to Floette, so I'm going to bring my Scizor. But oops, you brought Charizard, so I should have brought Dragonite. But if I brought Dragonite, I would lose to Floette. And if you brought Floette, I'd want to bring Scizor. And like there's a bit more depth to it than just that, because like I could bring both of my megas and just choose to only mega Dragonite. That does like work at least well enough. And honestly, I've actually seen the reverse from very seasoned Floette players, is they will bring regular Charizard in the back and just say, regular Charizard's still gonna one-shot a Scizor with Heat Wave. So there is some cool depth to that, but I feel like it's just a little too flippy for me that it gets a bit annoying. But I don't know. That's my gripe with it, but I'm still having a lot of fun. Adi,
I think that's really interesting. Sorry.
I was just gonna see if Adi had any thoughts while we were just kind of ramping about it.
I'll let Aaron finish his thought, and then I can say my piece.
I think those game plans are so interesting because it's like, how do you kind of like cover for both? So like do one thing that's stronger to both. Like on my Venusaur thing, I started leading Corviknight into Charizard teams because I had I could switch out if they did the Charizard, and if they didn't, I was just like on house money from the start. Not that don't try that at home, but like that's like I'm really interested in that kind of like planning as well.
Right. I'm with you there. I think it's like you were saying, it's not all figured out just yet. Like we're gonna have to like be trying some stuff to figure out what we're allowed to get away with and what we aren't. Adi, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, so I think that I agree. I pretty much entirely agree with Emilio. I think that no, the format is not solved. There will be other teams that pop up. That doesn't mean that you probably can't. You probably can just queue up some version of Sneasler, Basculegion, King Gambit, Garchomp, Aerodactyl for the entire format, and you will be just fine. Or four of those five, like that, those guys are the stat ceiling of the format, the strongest sponsor of the format, and you can pick your favorite mega, but like you can kind of put almost any mega on that sort of competition, and be pretty good. But I also find this format really, really frustrating. Like I'm not really having fun playing it, and the reason is because of Rock Slide, and because it doesn't matter what team you're using. There is like 1 in 3 games will be decided by a Rock Slide flinch, and that's just not fun. That is pretty miserable. And so I feel like every time I sit down and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna grind champions, I'm gonna really get down in ladder. I just get frustrated because my ladder sessions always end with me getting Rock Slide flinched enough that I don't want to play the game anymore. Every single time, and it's just like that's a bad feeling to have when you get done with a set laddering session, and that hasn't happened in other formats in the same way. And so even though I think in tournament, you have to play the 8 rounds. You maybe lose one of them to a Rock Slide flinch. It's really not that bad. We have like Reg I is also a volatile format where I had a bunch of games that came down to speed ties and sleep turns and whatnot. There's always volatility in Pokemon, but that specifically for some reason is so frustrating to me. To say nothing of the blizzards that Mega Frost has throw out and the dire claws, like and all the other different ways that Pokemon can variance you, I don't really mind those nearly as much. Just something about the fact that Rock Slide is just the best move in the game right now. Like Fede said a couple episodes ago, last episode, just really rubs me the wrong way. I had a semi-viral tweet, joking about that today as well. But yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at with Champions. Honestly, the other thing about Champions that I don't like is that I don't really have a reason to play on cart. I don't really get much satisfaction from seeing my number go up on the ladder. And right. If I'm practicing for a tournament, I want to play in best of 3 open team sheet, or at the very least open team sheet. I don't mind playing best of 1 open team sheet. But the fact there's no open team sheet mode and the fact there's no replays, and we actually just had an interview with the producer of Champions saying that they have no intention of instituting replays. Those are like 2 of the most fundamental parts of like replays, especially, man. It's just like it's just not made. It's not super compatible with people who are preparing for in-person best of 3 VGC tournaments. And as of now, I just don't actually think that it's in my best interest to be playing on Pokemon Champions when I could be playing on Pokemon Showdown in the Champions format. And that is really sad because I would like to be playing in the brand new game that we were also excited about, but instead I don't feel like it's worth my time right now. That's kind of where I'm at right now. I've already made 2 videos where I'm like, this game isn't actually very good. And I'm very hesitant to make a 3rd one because I don't want to keep spreading negativity. And it's not good vibes. But yeah, I still actually haven't really enjoyed playing Pokemon Champions. And again, part of why I went to LA was because I actually have more fun playing Regulation I than I do playing Regulation MA.
Yes. Yes.
I'm not the only one.
Yes.
Dude, I was about to say I gotta boot audio off the call, but Emilio, I'm gonna have to boot you too. No.
I love Regan, man. I'm sorry. I love
Oh
it.
God.
I'm sorry, Alex. I also really like that guy.
Oh my God. I have to leave. Then. I guess it's just me.
I'm not
I'm
as
the odd
upset
one out.
about MA. I'm not as upset. I'd
Yes,
happily rock slide flinch my opponents.
Amelia, you're somebody that prefers double restricted or no?
I like it, but recently I realized now 3 of my regional wins are all double restricted. And I was like, I might be a merchant.
You're a
But I
merchant.
would say it's like the top of like my favorite formats, but I do like 1922 and Regi for sure.
Man,
No.
you're actually just a double restricted merchant. This is so sad. When you find out your goat is a double restricted merchant, dude. No.
Wait, hold on. It's hard Pokemon to play though. Like, in my opinion, like restricted formats are actually like the highest like level of skill.
Oh, is that why you?
Biased,
no bias detected.
Yes.
But like,
No, only that's only true facts, actually.
Aaron, is Dynamax Charizard a restricted Pokemon?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean,
Basically.
oh man, anything is a restricted Pokemon if you try hard enough. Like it's, yeah, it's. I don't know. I think it's all razor's edge with dual restricted. It's like one bad move and it's all like blown up. I think it rewards skill in a different way than a lot of other Pokemon games.
As opposed to clicking Rock Slide when you're in a slightly negative position and you get bailed, like you actually get punished for making mistakes. But alas, Pokemon Champions. Let's go.
Pokemon, no, you're good. I appreciate that.
For the replays thing, the replays. When I was prepping for World 24, I really valued like cart practice, and so I propped my phone up and took videos of my screen. And I have a cap card. I'm super jazzed about that. Are you guys not doing replay review that way? Or I guess it's just,
I don't think so.
No.
Oh my gosh.
So there's this wonderful thing called Passerus that allows me to not only analyze my replays, but also like automatically create statistics for my replays, which is awesome. It's so much nicer. Like, it's great.
Yeah. Just saying. I don't know. I really value cart practice, so I'm pretty happy that Champions is so widespread. But I will stop being a goober.
No, you were talking about this beforehand, but we were enjoying the fact that there's so many people out there with like really basic VGC takes and like how those are getting really popular like on Twitter. Because like, as veterans, like, it's easy for us to be like, haha, look at the newbie that doesn't, understand the game yet. But like that's really good that there are like a lot of people that are agreeing with these like really basic takes. It just means the game's getting more popular, it's getting bigger, and then when in mobile happens, it's gonna get even better. We're gonna see like the stupidest stuff. People are just like Fake Out has no counterplay. There's no way to beat Fake Out. Like, that's just gonna be a regular thing. I'm excited.
But speaking of new players, I wanna get us back to Malaysian Nats a little bit,
Sure.
unless we have much more to talk about. But I was talking to the person who won Malaysian Nats,
Yes.
and we're actually trying to get him on Top Takes. The time zones don't work out, but I'm gonna try to get him on my channel at some point in the next week or so. This guy, he started playing with Pokemon Champions. He is a
Oh,
brand
wow.
new player. He was a former
awesome.
pro Unite player who
Oh.
or semi pro Unite player. He competed on the Unite circuit. And then when Champions came out, he was like, I'm gonna get really good at this. He had a long tweet where he talked about his journey. And he just won Malaysian Nationals. He's going to the World Championships. And so it is super cool that we have these new
So
players
sick.
and new players who, not every new player is going to immediately find that success. Pokemon is a very hard game, but certainly people who have a background in strategy games and competitive gaming have picked up Pokemon Champions and used that knowledge that institutional knowledge they had from how to get good at other games and immediately found success in Pokemon Champions, which is super, super cool to see. And so I just wanted to share that story because it's super cool to see all these new players who are really excited about Champions and really enthusiastic, and not only having some mediocre takes here and there, some very new player takes, but also other players who are getting really good really fast.
Yes. No, that's actually
No,
so sick.
definitely. Yeah. I'm so excited for like the next like super super good players to come out. Like it's one of my favorite parts of whenever a new game comes out. Like when SV, like Justin Tang, like I remember hating. I was like, bro, Justin's not that good. Like he's not that good. He's not gonna keep up with it. And then he joined like the 3-time regional club. I was like, oh my god, get me out of the 3-time regional club. Holy fuck.
Right?
And now he's like just one of
And
the
you
best
got
in the
you,
world by
you
far.
pulled yourselves up by your bootstraps and you did it. You got out of there.
Finally, finally. Oh my
Eat that,
God.
Justin Tang. That's
Oh,
awesome.
man.
Yeah, it's dope.
It is so exciting. Yeah. Oh gosh, Kunal's got a good point, dude. It like that. Just found out you can side parting shot your own Pokemon, and then like it's like 5,000 likes. Like just, I love it, dude. I love it. It's so funny. Yeah, everyone's just discovering the game. Yeah, and also we were saying, people were looking at the Malaysia tournament, saying like, it's all figured out, and then like if you go and look at, I think basically the latter season. Suika started like kind of sweeping the game with Glimora Whim. I like to call it Whim Glim. You have to say both as fast and as often as you can. Whim Glim, Whim Glim, Whim Glim, Whim Glim, Whim Glim, because it's just like you can't say it. You can't say it. But Whim Glim has been taking over, and so many people are using that now because it's very solid into a lot of the strongest top stuff. You can get the Tailwind Edge against the Aerodactyls. You can use Glimora to beat Charizards as well as Floettes. So like it's a pretty solid Pokemon right now. I think they're usually using it with Focus Sash instead of a Mega, not the Mega Glimora. But this is already like becoming the next evolution, and I think if we go down, you're gonna see like a lot of people using some variation of that with the Whim Glim stuff, because that was getting very popular. And so, then now something's gonna have to come along and beat that. That's just how it goes.
What the hell?
Yeah, well,
Learning a
it's,
lot
it's
right
best
now.
of one. Let me see. Was there anything spicy that we went past? Oh, this one that got second is kind of wild because it does have Typhlosion. That one's I think they were just running 3 attacks protect with double attack Whims, Ice Fang on Aerodactyl, I think. I can't think of another ice move it gets. It probably does get Ice Beam. It's a Gen 1 mon, let's be honest, but I don't think it would run that. Yeah, let me see.
Yeah, I was trying Fang for a little bit, and like I sniped Anya's Garchomp with it one time. I was happy about that.
Yes. Is that like?
Heck yeah.
Does that get the bulky ones with Ice Fang?
Yeah, it drops them.
I guess that
I think unless I got a crazy high roll, I don't know.
it's tough claws boosted.
Ice
It's
Fang
tough
makes me
claws
so mad.
boosted. So, yeah. Let me see here. Then there was a camera up, I thought, but I don't know where it went.
Yeah, it was like 50. It's right there.
Oh
yeah.
yeah, there it is.
With
Okay,
Crab and Azu.
Dude, they got a whole report out on it. Yeah, I actually wanted to look into this team more because it's like hard Trick Room with just like no support. Like, I don't know how we're getting the Trick Room up, man. Like, I guess 3 of these guys have priority moves. They've got, you know, Mach Punch, Aqua Jet, and Sucker Punch. But I am just looking at this. I'm like, how do we get there? How does this start? How do we open the battle?
The shiny
Yeah.
camera up is super cool though.
It
Yeah,
is. It
it's
is cool.
a great one.
I actually fought one only
Uh,
on, I think it was on Showdown, but I Aqua Jetted it with my Bass and it did 99, and I was kind of like, whoa. I think you have to run like defensive investment for that, but they did.
God.
They did. Ed has been using a lot of Perish. Oh, actually, I
we're
kind
gonna
of
see.
I
We're
want
gonna see another
another.
crab in Victory Road. I think that guy. I don't know about the camera up. I don't know if that guy's real, but I think the crab might be real.
Really, dude? I think Camera Up and Crab are both bad, but that's just me. Maybe it's a cold take. I know. Do I have the right VR? I think I do.
Yeah,
Um,
it made it too. It didn't top cut.
Oh, day two. Okay. Yeah, I want to. So Edu's been doing well with Parrish, and a couple of other people have been doing well with Parrish. I wanted to ask you your thoughts, Emilio, because it's like, Parrish is probably looking to be a little bit more mainstream than it was in the past. I would say. Do you think Parrish is solid, or is it just kind of niche?
I think that's just so ass. But like, hey, if it's working for you, bro, like go ahead. But I think like early meta Parrish is usually like really not it. And I don't like the look of these builds. Like I was telling you, I was like, bro, like how are you winning these games? Like I don't understand, like genuinely. But it's working for him clearly, so I can't
Yep.
hate too much.
I've-
But
Aaron?
I've learned a new
No, you're good.
move. The Perish Trappers. They've come up with a new move. It's
Yeah.
where you click Perish Song and then you try to double protect to not have to switch out. And it works a third of the time, and it's like it's pretty busted. So it could be something new to try. I know you're a Perish fan.
Yeah, maybe that's what you were
Wait,
missing.
I heard about
Emilio.
this after at Madison Regionals 2018. I heard that actually.
So true, dude. It does work sometimes.
No,
Dude,
I
that's
want to see
actually my
like
least
what
favorite.
Wolf cooks, like Wolf or like Ketchup Plant cooks for Parrish, not like these bots, respectfully.
We already
Yeah,
saw
like
what Wolf
Edu
cooked. We saw it in the
and,
GC.
Len.
It's
Was
Perish
it like
Oko.
Parrish? Oh,
It was Perish with the Halucha. Click in
okay,
and trade.
okay, boy, I'm a little more serious, Steve. A little more serious.
Yeah,
So
it
that
was
seemed
like,
pretty cool actually. The stockpile body press.
That was fucked up.
dude,
That was
that's
actually fucked up.
Espathra's cool as well. I don't know if
Oh, yeah.
Espathra's gonna carry over to open team sheet play. Not because people don't know what it's doing, but I'm just kind of curious if it has enough juice. What's funny is we were just talking about Parrish. These teams usually have a Parrish auto loss. They just can't do anything about it. You get perished, and then you want to baton pass that Parrish song to the next guy. Like it still just carries with. So you can't do anything. But all you can do is just save your Espathra. You know, like if you want your Espathra to get perished a second time, you can double it and give it to the next guy.
I feel like Lumina Crash should be pretty good against Parrish teams.
That part's decent. It's decent. You got to make sure that you can line it up on them because you kind of get like one shot. You know, like they might just like fake out Perish, protect, parting shot, like. But if you can make turn one work, yeah.
Wait, Alex, can you finish that? What else do they do?
I honestly, it's been years. I've forgotten after this point.
Switch, parting shot, protect. Yeah, it's hard to line
then
up.
you Perish song again.
Chill.
Dude, I don't remember. I'm washed. I don't.
Chill.
It's too complicated.
What
You
I
have to
think
have
is really fun though about Perish is that like a lot of new players like didn't have like they were in like 2017 2018 where Perish was like a little more everybody could put a Mega Gengar on and like that made it a little more accessible. You kind of not ever like the poly like the Scarlet Violet stuff not so accessible, but like now like for a while it's kind of been like, oh, you have to be this tall to ride, right? Like you kind of got to be like a Wolf or an Emilio or catch a plant, and now like anybody can kind of get reps in it and like kind of level up those skills, which I think is like pretty awesome. And we might see some super cool new stuff, some new Perish people we've never seen kind of dominate before at these regionals.
That would be fire, yeah.
I also think
like
that
remember Dugong guy?
Oh, dude! I mean, Dr. J was the
I
goat.
forget
We all
his
know Dr.
name.
J is the Perish father.
That's right, Dr. J. That's right.
Right.
But Yeah, I've no, I've seen what ketchup plant's running. It's a little bit nasty. Anyways,
That guy's a real demon, bro.
no,
Oh my
he's a
god.
parish fanatic. Actually, this is pretty much related to what I was going to say, is because sometimes I will critique his builds and I'll be like, do we have to be parish purists? Like, can we have other ways to win the game? And he's like, no, I am a bit of a parish purist. Because speaking on that other side, we've seen like Santino running a very solid like Gengar balanced offense type team. He was running that in, like some of the VR tournaments. He used that to do well in the GC as well. Where just Perish is an option on the Gengar. It has double attacks. A lot of the other Pokemon can do damage and take KOs, but Perish is still a very solid move for locking up, like, preventing your opponent from doing something that they shouldn't, leading something very, passive, like Toxapex, or their, you know, uh, like an end game where, you've gotten that 3-2 an advantage and you can just click Perish and win the game. There's a lot of cool stuff that you can do with it. So, it doesn't have to
No.
just be literally like, Wolf Glick style hard Perish trap every single time. Although even Wolf's teams weren't like, Perish is the only way to win the game.
More recent
And-
ones, yeah. Some of the older
Right.
ones were kind of. You could get away with a lot of things back in, whenever.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like the 2015 one
Delcatty.
was like Perish, right?
Speaking of
But-
that 2015 team, I have lost to every single Mega Bayonet that I've played against. It makes me feel like I'm like just like that. This is my first year. It's like they like I'll be like surely they won't Will-O-Wisp me, and then they do, and then I'm like fine, I'll remove it from the board, and they click Destiny Bond every time. Nothing makes me feel lower elo, so that's my prediction.
Speaking of Will-O-Wisp, I saw a really gas one where they led Bennett and they did not Mega so that they could Will-O-Wisp the King Gambit, and then they Mega'd afterwards. It was so
Oh, wow.
good.
That's awesome, but you still have a Bayonet against King Gambit.
You do. It took like 70 from the Kowtow. It was fine. It was fine. You can click Destiny Bond next turn. That thing's it's such a funny guy. Okay, so let me see. Then moving on to Victory Road then, and then we'll maybe do some smart monies for Utrecht. So this is also, yeah, I guess the other one that people were kind of dooming about because three of the top four teams were basically the same. I don't remember if they even had any major differences, but this Sylveon version of Charizard Aerodactyl stuff is definitely one that people are going to have to be getting ready for. And a lot more people are running like 4-attack King Gambit as well. In fact, this Aerodactyl also doesn't even have Protect. It's just kind of, I think that there are like ways to tech out some of these, more standard Pokemon. We kind of just want to like expand our what is it? Our willingness to try different things because like so many people have looked at King Gambit like, do I run low kick? Do I run Iron Head? It's such a hard thing to decide. Maybe just having both and no protect and just running it kind of like it's assault vested, but it's not, is just totally allowed. But other than that, like, yeah, these teams are this is like becoming standard very quickly and stuff like this. So just, more invest in your sun counters, and I feel like eventually it's going to pay off.
Feels like we're past like the part where it's fun and all new, new generation. Like, okay, here's the annoying stuff, and now each of us has lived through this, right? It's like this is where rubber hits road. We kind of got to make it happen,
right? Yeah. Every format has a little bit of this because I don't know. That is one thing that like I'm not super feeling about people complaining about like the metagame on Twitter and stuff like that. It's just every format gets centralized around something. So like yeah, I saw a really good one today that was something like when the metagame's centralized, it's bad. When the metagame's not centralized, believe it or not, also bad. Like I was like, that's pretty much how people are. Like it just there's no satisfying everybody. It's either all matchup fishing and getting lucky, or it's all just play the best team and win.
Yeah, like Aaron said, this is the fun part. The fun part about Pokemon, at least to me, is team building and really trying to crack this format. And this team does feel oppressively good right now. And yes, Rockslide will flinch you out of a bunch of games, but like that just means that the teams that get Rockslide flinched out of games or that consistently lose to this team or have are probably not viable. And you gotta solve the problem, right? And the person who solves the problem is winning Indianapolis regionals, and that's going to be the challenge for all of us moving forward.
100%. Or the person who has like
Like way
a
put it.
undiscovered broken thing that people haven't even found yet. Like Aaron with that Gmax Wild Fire guy. Dude, that was awesome. Dude, nobody knew.
Yeah.
Nobody knew.
I didn't get an invite for that tournament, and I also didn't get however much money you get from regionals these days from that tournament. But I did. You know what? We all learned that GMAX Wildfire is 1/6, and that's beautiful.
That was like
you ruined Sword and Shield for literally the rest of the
Yes.
3 years that we played.
So true.
And then the
We could have
pandemic
all
happened.
lived in
Yeah.
blissful ignorance for the rest of the time, and it would have been fine.
Man.
Yeah.
Aaron didn't even let us have like a month, dude. He didn't even let us have a month.
Gosh, I hope I won't let you have 3 weeks this time. I
Right.
literally haven't thought about anything.
Right. Yeah. The I guess there's an Espathra right here. Doing well enough. There's a lot of like, I don't know, there's a lot of megas that are my opinions on a lot of the megas are changing day by day. Like I think we saw a lot of Delphox early on, and that guy I feel like is just so bad. Frostlass is actually, it did well here, and I'm still starting to think that Frostlass is kind of not cutting it. And then not Glamora, Dragonite, honestly kind of on the rise. I think a lot of people expected it to be good and then thought it was bad right away, and now it's like starting to become good again. More and more people, I think a lot of Japanese players are using Skarmory, which is a pretty funny one. I don't know, honestly, I haven't been so plugged in as to know what's like the big whoop, I guess, what's so strong about Skarmory right now. It's cool that it can get around redirection, right, for some teams, but I don't think that's like the main thing. I know that a lot of people just running with Sword Stance, Dual Stab.
And I've seen some Rock Slide as well. And hey, if the meta is really Zard, Floette, Aerodactyl, Garchomp, like it actually does do Sneasler, like it does do pretty well into all those guys, especially if you have Rock Slide, and you outspeed Zard, like it's not the worst Pokemon into specifically that team. Although, I just still do not believe in that guy. I do not think it has the toolkits to survive in a more diverse metagame.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So I think then let's go ahead and move on to picking our smart monies for Utrecht here, and then we'll wrap things up. So, yeah, for Regulation I fans, don't worry. There's still more to come. There's still one more big stream to watch this weekend over in Utrecht, Victory Road, and the official Pokemon channel will be having that for you. Wait, I actually thought like they were doing like Champions type stuff because I saw Frostlass here. It's probably just a generic thing, but that's I was like, wait a minute. So yeah, it's time to we don't go into these ones as in depth because we're not as familiar with the European scene. That said, if anybody in the chat could let me know how big this one's gonna be, that would be awesome. Just always nice to know what kind of tournaments we're looking at coming up. Oh, I forgot to talk about smart money for LA as well and how we did. So Fede, I think, ended up with the best pick, and Carson St. Dennis for top 8.
Why did we all pick CSR's ammo players?
Didn't Fede point that out? He said we all picked him. Andrew Ding, I think, day 1, and then Mont, day 2, just barely, and then Aaron Brock. Did he get top 16?
Yeah,
Top
he
8?
16, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Still lost to Fede though. Still lost to Fede. GG Fede. All right. Well, let's see if we can't do better here. So
real quick.
Yes.
You mentioned Frostlass, but it actually is very topical because Utrecht is the special event that Snow won in 2024.
Oh yeah.
That was Nikhil. So there you go.
Was there a 2025 one as well though? I feel like there was.
There was. Michael won it with Calyrex Ice.
Oh, okay. Well, that's another ice type. So
I think that's the one he won.
Yeah, so I guess the ice types do well at this one.
John
ice
Zoo,
types
thank you
with
for the raid.
Spread moves, but I can't think of another ice type that's going to be using a spread move besides Articuno and Calyrex, unless you want to count Kyurem. If you want to use Kyurem.
Icy Wind.
Well, oh, bundle. Okay, but then you also have an ice.
Yeah.
You have whatever it is. Ice Rider on the team. That's. Well, you're right. We can count bundle. All right, Emilio, do you have any smart money picks for this tournament? Anybody you think is going could win
Uh,
this?
I don't know like exactly who's going. I'm picking Chichi out though. That's my
Okay.
guy, and Turtle guy. I know
Yeah,
he'll do great.
maybe it's Turtle's time, or
Me?
maybe everybody's gonna be ready for Turtle. We'll have to see. Aaron.
I'm gonna pick Lewis Markle. Great guy. Would love to see him take it all the way.
All right. I have to remember how to spell Lewis. All right, Adi. Do you know who's going to this
I've
one?
got, yeah. I've got a player who maybe people aren't familiar with, but a guy named Livio Sandberg, just coming off of a top 8 at Seville Regionals, and is a player that we drafted on our NPA team. Who I had not heard of, but then they top 8 at a regional in the middle of signups, and also every single European I talked to was like, "Yeah, this guy keeps doing well. Like he's really good." And so I believe in Livio, and he's not playing this week because he's prepping real hard. So I think he's gonna do well.
Mm-hmm. Oh man. Now I have to think of somebody who's going because I was gonna grab Lewis, dude. I was gonna grab Lewis. I was like, I'm pretty sure he's going.
You never let
Did-
the guest pick first, dude. That's the first rule.
Well, no, you always let the guest pick first. That's how I always do it. Um, what was I gonna say? Is Marco not going? I think Marco might have canceled it. I thought I might have had seen something from him saying that he was canceling this one. Yeah, I could pick Victor if I want to get the runner up. That's true.
Verve's going to this too. Damn. Right.
I don't know. I actually can't say 100% sure. I mean, he's pretty good at Regulation I, so I wouldn't be
This is true. Yeah.
would be surprised if he
All the
won
best
one.
players are. Yeah.
Right. oh, I see what you're saying now. Honestly, I'm gonna grab Torvu. Why not? Torvu will win. I would love to see Victor get the first dub this weekend. That would be super super sick. I'd tune in to watch that happen. But yeah, I'll just go for Torvu. Everyone in the chat suggesting it as well, so I feel bad stealing it. But I honestly don't know who's going to this one. So yeah, with that,
I have huge news.
yes.
Nonstop flights from Seattle to Utrecht or like
Okay.
Amsterdam, the closest airport,
Yeah.
are only $3,200 for the weekend. We could do it. We can
Okay.
go.
Well, if we're leaving today, we don't have to do nonstop. I could
We
do
might have to
4
leave
stops.
tomorrow.
We could do 4 stops.
Okay, that's
like,
good.
We probably got time.
That's good. You might have to. We can get it down to 1,700.
Yes, that's much more affordable. Now you're talking.
That's right. Whew.
Hmm.
Dude.
I think I might be willing to pay $1,300 to fly to Utrecht. Actually, now that we're talking about it, that might be.
Might have to get to Seattle first, though.
Aaron, unironically, that's the type of shit Nails is doing, and we just are like, dude, you can't be real. Like, you have to respect your time a little bit more. Like 4 legs to get to Columbus, Ohio, or something. No. He's close to Columbus, but anyways, okay.
So I was really trying to convince him to go to Querétaro because there is a direct flight from Detroit to Querétaro. It's like the only direct flight from the United States other than like Atlanta or something. But he didn't do it. And he did the stupid thing that you were talking about where he just took like 3 legs to get to Orlando instead. Because instead of a $600 flight, it was a $200 flight.
The thing is, if you consider yourself cargo, then it's totally worth it. If you just consider yourself a product that needs to be moved from one place to another, and you don't care about your time and well-being, then power to you. All right. Well, I'll I guess Adi, if you could figure out who we're gonna throw over this raid to, I'll go ahead and start wrapping this up. So, Emilio and Aaron, thank you so much for joining us and for giving us your time.
It's fun.
Thanks for having
I had a
us.
good time.
Yeah, thank you, and again, congrats on your finishes. And definitely looking forward to seeing more from you guys. You guys are Aaron, you were talking about Indy. I don't actually know. Emilio, are you doing Indy as well?
I'm like thinking about it.
So you're
might
registered?
cancel now. Yeah, I am registered. I have a flight too, but I don't know if I want to go anymore.
Yep. We were talking about this. I'm the same
Yeah.
way.
What? Yeah, all right. Well, you guys should cancel that and go both fly to Utrecht because you both love Regulation I so much.
Yes.
Okay.
Low key, hey, if I could exchange it, I might.
Oh my gosh. All right. So If you guys just hopped in now from the raid, we are unfortunately wrapping things up. And if you wanted to catch the beginning, hearing from our guests, this is going to be on Audie's YouTube channel tomorrow, CK49 over there on YouTube. And in the meantime, yeah, we'll figure out who we're going to throw this raid over to. And it looks like Pengy's streaming.
We're going to send it over to Pengy, who is in top 16 of a Limitless tour with Parrish. So if you want to believe in, if you believe in Parrish, maybe go see what he's cooked up.
All right. Y'all have a good evening then. Catch you around, peeps. Later.